October 20th, St. Paul of the Cross, U.S. Feast Day. Welcome to Daily Saints with Grace. Fast, faithful storytelling that moves and stays with you. Today, a merchant's son becomes a spiritual surgeon, cutting through fear and shame with one instrument, the Passion of Jesus Christ. He believed that if you stand at the cross long enough, sin loosens its grip and courage returns. Founder of the Passionists, tireless preacher, tender director of souls, St. Paul of the Cross. How did a hidden fire turn into a movement? Why did approvals take years? And what in his letters still steadies anxious hearts today? Walk with me. We'll start where his vocation burned the hottest silence. He grows up in northern Italy among ledgers and fabric bolts, ordinary work, ordinary worries. Then the inside of his life ignites. He senses a call to strip down, to fast, to listen. Not performance, preparation. He spends long hours before the crucifix, learning a grammar you cannot buy, love that suffers and does not quit. As tradition says, he received lights in prayer, nudges, clarity, a shape for a rule. As treat the visions as devotional memory. The fruit is verifiable, a life redirected. He writes a rule in simplicity. As he wants companions who will carry the passion into streets and kitchens, into confessionals and kitchen tables. No theatrics. As just the Memoria Passionese, remembering until remembering remakes you. He withdraws to Monte Argentario, a fierce coast where wind scours excuses. With his brother John Baptist, he prays, works, waits. The habit takes form, black like Good Friday. On the chest a white heart with a cross and the holy name. So the message sits where a heartbeat is. The rule meets delays. Drafts come and go. Permissions move at the pace of the church. Slow, careful, sometimes frustrating. Reports note both diocesan and papal steps, approvals and revisions, until the congregation finally stands firm. He doesn't rage at the breaks. He beds down in patience. He keeps preaching anyway. He walks from town to town with nothing but the message of the cross. The style is simple. Preach Christ crucified, open the confessional, reconcile enemies, rebuild what bitterness wrecked. Crowds gather not for entertainment but for clarity. He names sin without humiliating the sinner. He asks for concrete steps. Forgive the neighbor, pay the worker, come back to Mass, return what you borrowed. At night he writes letters, dozens, hundreds. Tailored medicine for fear, scruples, dryness. The thread through all. Look at Jesus in his passion until your heart learns how to love again. His letters sound like a doctor at the bedside. To the anxious, do not measure prayer by feelings. Faith is a decision. To the ashamed, name your sin, surrender your self-accusations, stay close to the sacraments. To the exhausted, rest under the gaze of the crucified. Let his wounds do the arguing for you. He forbids spiritual stunts. No chasing private fireworks. Anchor in Christ's passion. Serve your family. Keep promises. Forgive fast. And if you fall tomorrow, start again tomorrow. He gets sick. He ages. He faces whispers that his austerities go too far. He adjusts where wisdom asks. He refuses to soften the core. Love costs. That is not cruelty, it is arithmetic. The rule keeps moving through channels. Permissions granted, expanded, confirmed. The early retreats multiply. Men arrive who want the same narrow road. Prayer, penance, preaching, mercy. The black habit appears in more streets. The emblem on the chest is a promise. We will not let the world forget the love that bled for it. Rome receives him in old age. He lives near a hill where bells remember martyrs. He counsels, corrects gently, holds the line. On October 18, 1775, he dies quietly, like a lamp that has done its work. The U.S. remembers him on October 20th, because calendars must make room for other feasts. The point is not a date, but a direction. His sons keep preaching. In time, they cross oceans. The Passionist emblem lands on American soil and keeps the passion in public. Keep the passion in sight. In a loud culture, this is how you stay sane. Fix your eyes on a love that absorbs violence and answers it with mercy. Build small habits that don't make headlines. Morning prayer, weekly confession, a phone call to reconcile. Choose austerity with purpose, not drama. Fast from contempt. Spend less on noise. Spend more on people. When anxiety spikes, go back to his prescription. Stand by the cross and breathe. Say the name. Start again. That's the genius of St. Paul of the Cross. He did not invent a system. He reopened a wound, the one that heals the world. If you remember the Passion, you will remember yourself. And others will remember God. Thanks for watching Daily Saints with Grace. May St. Paul of the Cross teach us courage that is quiet and mercy that lasts. Share this with someone carrying a heavy week.